Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, it is me again for today.
Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. I mean, what?
And there was much rejoicing. Yay! Woo!
I'm just doubling back a little bit just to make sure we got all the health ups for now anyway.
Slow golf clap.
To be honest, I don't think you could possibly walk around in that kind of dress, though.
Oh, fuck no.
I'm glad you at least got the joke.
I've seen Elvira.
Yeah, not everybody has. It's kind of an old thing. So.
I've seen Elvira.
Have you made?
No way.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's no way I could do that.
So my friend is currently at PAX right now.
Ah. That's cool. Who's over there? Like,
American friend.
well, no, like what are the big names that are there? Like,
Guests.
Oh, I don't know. He hasn't really said anything. I haven't really been paying attention to the roster.
That's one thing I like about having the Flame Reaver. My T cables also do fire, so I can just immolate them immediately.
So, they have a new Splatoon shirt for the Yeti, and it has all the divas on it.
ah,
Or
nice.
sorry, all the performers on it.
Yeah, all of the idols.
Every single one of them.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good one. I like that one. It's a Majora's Mask one where the face is like pointed up like this, and you see fingers like
Oh, like he's trying to rip the mask off.
no, not like below it, like.
There's one? Oh yeah, Stone Brook, right. I know where we gotta go for the Stone Brook.
There's one for Frog.
I love it when they do like post like a picture of like a game or a thing. It's like, don't mess with us fans. We don't even play the games or something.
Yeah, there's one for Frog.
Like this one's like Persona. Don't fuck with Persona fans. We don't even play the games.
There's one for Frog. There's one for what?
You mean Chrono Trigger Frog?
Yeah, Chrono Trigger Frog.
Okay.
I don't recognize this one. It says Mother, Birth, Life, Death. Oh! It's Final Fantasy VII.
Let's see.
It's Genova. Yeah, that's it. It took me a second.
Yeah.
I was like, I recognize that, but I don't remember it.
At first, when I was looking at it, it kind of looks like a Metroid from far away.
It did, yeah. They also have one for Soul King Brook.
Okay, so gonna have to go back this way.
I'll be honest, Frog is like the only one that doesn't fit this in general. Because the mother one might not mean much, but you also have to keep in mind the music in not Genova's theme, but Sephiroth's theme is pretty metal at times.
Mm-hmm.
But Frog doesn't fit that motif. He's like the only one on this list that doesn't.
I guess it's more of like he was cursed. Like in this, like the theme seems to be like characters that eventually got cursed by something, because like Frog was cursed by Magus into his frog form.
The performers
They're cursed with popularity.
suffering from success.
Suffering from success, exactly.
Uh,
Oh no, the idols are cursed. What do you think Deep Cut is? Sorry, I had to. Because like look at it this way. There's a reason why their popularity in the last Splatfest was 0.
Oof.
Ouch.
Yeah, literally all of the points went to the Squid Sisters and Off the Hook.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, okay, ouch. I thought they would get at least one fan, but just wow.
There we go. Up this way. Oh, let's not follow the way back down.
They have a Bendy outfit for ukulele.
Oh, that's
There. I yeeted him off.
Oh, whoops.
I yeeted him out of existence.
cute.
Because he didn't fall off. He just phased into the skull.
He knew what he was getting himself into.
Yeah, he was about to
Exactly.
win with the Blue Eyes White Dragon. You had to throw him off.
Yeah, that's a huge Exodia. My
Open
deck
it.
doesn't have any weak cards, Kaiba.
I don't
No,
think you can do
open the
that
Zelda.
diagonally. I think it needs to be straight on.
There we go.
I was about to say, how are you supposed to get up there? And I didn't notice the climbable wall.
Just the process.
Thanks, Capcom, for... And it shows an anime girl, like, have her fist up, and then drops nothing into the payment tray. And it shows, like, the little girl is labeled Capcom, and the person who's, like, selling, or I guess expecting the money
Yeah.
is the fans.
Yes.
It's like, nothing.
I missed a couple things in Drowned Abbey.
I have to say, though, this flavor is actually really nice.
What is that one?
Crush.
Oh, is that pineapple?
Yeah.
Huh.
Guess where I got it from? Papa Jack's.
Oh.
They're selling it now.
Ooh, interesting.
They said apparently pineapple is their biggest seller, and now I don't wonder why. If I were to compare it to anything, do you know those old popsicles?
Fire.
I don't know. Do you know those older popsicles that were like fruit flavored on the outside, but the inside was like like vanilla ice cream?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
This tastes like that.
Oh.
It's like like a yellow creamsicle
Okay. Huh.
with ever so slightly a hint of pineapple, like not overpoweringly strong. I really like it.
Hello.
Hello.
Or as Josh hates it,
Hello. Hello.
no, it's a reference to Jet Force Gemini.
Oh.
It's the way the tribals say.
Oh,
hi.
he probably has PTSD.
Yeah, he has fucking PTSD.
Yay, mana.
Man, welcome to my man. For what?
Look, it's hard to
Feels like
tame.
a blurry
And all stupid, sexy Flanders.
Excuse me.
Excuse me, I'm trying to conduct a marriage here, which has nothing to do with love. Please be quiet.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. Don't be sorry. Be quiet. I'm sorry.
Sorry. Booked as I can eat the face, spin the Raziel.
Wait. The fuck?
What? What? That corpse is stuck.
Yes, it is, and I don't think I can get his soul.
Uh-oh. Did you need it?
No, but
Things won't progress if he's not dead.
no, it's nothing. It's not that things won't progress. It's just
It's
I don't like leaving corpses around.
It's the principle of the matter.
Psyche, you can't OCD this game. This game
Sure I
be
can.
broken in some cases. Be careful.
Sure, I can.
Yeah, but is it gonna be worth?
Is it going to be productive? Nah, that face tells me everything.
So, yes, I got the soul. Cool.
But yeah, face said boop to Psycho.
Boop it up it.
He says boop to Psycho, eat the face, spin the Raziel.
I can't spin the Raziel right now.
I forget, is Raziel spelled with a Z or an S?
Z.
Damn it, I misspelled it.
That's
Yeah, this does very much tastes like a creamsicle, which is kind of a blast from the past, because last time I had a creamsicle, I was like in my 20s or earlier.
Oh yeah.
Excuse me.
That got big. It's a good thing you don't need air because you're so immortal.
Breathing is overrated.
Honestly, living is overrated, apparently, in this franchise.
That too.
Also, it sucks to be Razagil. Seriously, once you learn about everything about the Soul Reaver in general.
Mm-hmm.
Good gravy.
Yeah, got shafted.
And you wonder why it gave you so many problems in the second game. Oh, what's that face? I don't recognize it. RN Junior Old. Oh, because the creamsicle thing. Yeah, okay.
We gotta get out of here because we can't actually get the health cover up yet.
So I finally got Turtonator.
I saw.
Hooray, turtle.
Yeah, you got the full art
Got you.
Turtonator that I got.
Yeah, guess what? You weren't the only one who posted me that stupid turtle.
Okay.
A lot of people were like, sorry, but I got this too. No, you're not allowed to BRB. You gotta stay here forever.
Whee!
RN.
Okay, yeah, no, I have to. Where the hell did you come from?
Where did you come from?
Yo, don't make fun of Dank Venusaur. What are you talking about? Venusaur is smoked out of his head.
Oh yeah. I don't know, but my favorite is very clearly the Electrode's like eye bucking out.
Yeah.
Pokemon Stadium was a hell of a drug.
Oh, I love it so much though.
The Gengar one looks like he's like, don't know if I should be if I should
Yeah.
Jaguar.
It's that, or he just told a really like stupid joke, and he's just like, wait.
He's trying not to snicker at his own joke.
Yeah.
I remember them using an image of Mitsuri, and she's doing like the face from Demon Slayer. She's making the face like, you mustn't laugh, you mustn't laugh. When the person was like, I asked a paraplegic kid what they wanted to be when they grew up, and they said, I want to be a stand-up comedian.
You realize that might have been intentional.
I know, but it's just like, you mustn't laugh, you mustn't laugh. And the person, I think the person said in that tweet, oh, I'm going to hell for this.
One thing I did notice that somebody pointed out, though, that I'm got mixed feelings about.
Okay.
Yes, the new Pokemon Legends game it looks more stable. One problem: all the buildings have no depth. All the mirrors have no reflection.
We'll be fair. I'll be fair and say that it was like still a trailer. So
Sorry, not mirrors. Glass has no reflection.
Oh, yeah. I'll be fair and say that it's still like a trailer. So there's probably still working out the kinks. Hopefully.
No.
Hopefully.
Most of the time when they do these trailers, they're hoping you don't notice, because they're using in-game stuff that they don't plan on changing.
Well, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, when I mean like no depth. I mean they have like wrought iron balconies, windowsills
Yeah.
that don't stick out at all. They're literally 2D on the plane of the wall.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And yeah, there's a lot of that going on apparently if you look carefully at the trailer. It's like, on the one hand, I'm glad it's running smoother. On the other hand, I don't think they needed to sacrifice that much to do it. I'm hoping, at least, that maybe the Switch 2 version has a bit more of that depth that we're looking for.
Yeah, hopefully.
And that they were only showing the trailer for the Switch version of it. Interesting title for an anime that I might be interested in.
No.
Headhunted into another world.
Oh my.
Interesting.
Apparently, the main character uses an audit as a weapon.
A what?
An audit. As in a financial audit?
I was about to say, do you mean what I think you mean?
Yes.
Huh.
Hey.
So he wins using legal stuff.
Apparently. Considering right now I'm currently looking at Realist Hero, I think I'm fine with watching that.
All right.
Time to go to the city of Ash.
Oh.
Oh well, let's just hope he's not going to be labeled the chosen one on this one.
Unfortunately, I mean Ash as in the object sense.
Oh, so it's gonna be very dusty.
I know there could be a lot of catch up. I'm guessing on the way in you were noticing he was pulling out all the crap from the garden, eh?
I did notice that the gates were open.
Okay. Yeah, Alex is trying to get the garden ready to do some gardening with.
Oh,
Okay.
Apparently he had a garden back before he moved into Ottawa. Like before he moved in with me. And he missed it, so he's happy to use the space. And I told him nothing would make me happier than that space to be used.
Yeah.
that's another thing I've been seeing going around recently. Them using young Goob from Meet the Robinsons with that like face and like he got a dark under the eyes. When they use that for like when something is so atrocious or so out there, and you have to stare at people like that.
Yeah. It's accurate.
Yeah. Okay. I have to look at this and I gotta see what this is.
Yeet.
Every time you do that, all I'm thinking of is
Okay, cutscene.
This city once teemed with the life of my kind. Could it be that other clans had suffered the same fate as mine? In his madness, could Kain spare none of his brood?
It was not Kain, but Duma's own arrogance that brought the downfall of his clan. These are human weapons, Raziel. Believing themselves invincible, Duma and his offspring failed to see an attack coming from the least likely assailants. Complacent in their arrogance, they were taken by surprise, allowing the human vampire hunters to decimate their ranks with little resistance. The few that escaped have been reduced to scavengers.
Cool.
I didn't even notice the first time that this hat actually has vocals. Wow, they move fast.
Keep there for now, because I need to be visible.
Bro, newest chapter of Evo.
They're really amping up the fight. It makes you wonder how it's going to end up, because Ricardo, I think, said it, or like definitely what they're implying is if Ricardo gets hit once, even if it's just a graze, he's going down.
Yeah.
So now the thing is he? So now he has to like his mission is to not get hit once. But then again, in that one spar, Sendo was got his ass kicked. So if now that Ricardo actually knows what Sendo's about, and basically had that fight with Wally, I don't know how it's gonna pan out.
Yeah.
But then again, Sendo has a dying. Spoilers for just in case if anyone cares. Sendo has a dying grandmother in the hospital, so he is literally a man with nothing to lose
Pretty much.
at this point.
Look at the difference in this.
I know,
Oh,
it's
wow.
really good. Nothing is scarier than a man with nothing to lose. Or in case in a like one of those cop movies, the rogue cop. Nothing is scarier than the rogue.
This part annoys me.
Plus, aside from Ippo, Sendo is clearly been established the one who's the worst at pulling shit out of his ass at like the last possible second. Like no one does it better than Ippo, but
No one. It's interesting to see that those dead corpses aren't just in the real world either.
Right?
That kind of hints that they've actually had a little bit of experience in the spectral realm too.
No running away.
why are you running?
Which is interesting because, like, as far as we know, the vampire hunters can't travel to the spectral realm at all.
So we're gonna be coming back here after we finish with Duma.
Alright. So I'm gonna list off some of the fan theories that make people just look at you going, "What are you doing with your life?" Let's see. I'll make note of some of the more recognizable ones. The recess theory of how all of the kids in recess are all ghosts stuck in a never-ending recess.
I'm so fucking sick of those really half-assed ones. Like, there was another one that I heard. All the Rugrats kids are dead, and Angela's the only one alive, and she just sees the spirits of those kids.
Oh, look at what just came up. The Angelica made up the Rugrats all in her head.
Not made up. They're just they were what was it called? They were miscarriages.
Ugh.
Everybody but Angelica were miscarriages.
Jeez.
And I'm just like, that is the darkest shit that doesn't need to be brought up.
me when people claim that this loser is secretly Superman.
I made that joke, actually.
Christopher Reeves is Superman. Like, when people claim this guy is Superman.
I made that joke when I was at our Easter dinner.
Yeah.
Sharon was sitting right beside me. She's like, "Where's Phil?" And I'm like, "Right here." And she's like, "Oh," and I'm like, maybe you know what? I'll make it easier for you. Hey, here I am."
What?
She got a good chuckle out of that.
The Empire were the good guys in Star Wars.
That's rude.
No. I mean, the Jedi weren't exactly saints either, but the Empire being the good guys? What are you on? You're saying that their world's equivalent of the Nazis were good guys? Okay, whatever you say there, Chief. The main character is actually in a coma theory.
In what?
Just anything. Like any theory of anything where the main character was secretly in a coma.
You know what
The big one that I can think of immediately is Pokemon. Where Ash was in the theory.
Gosh.
After the first encounter with the Furo.
I don't get why people want to push that narrative so freaking hard. It's like, it adds nothing to the franchise. If anything, it just makes all those stories incredibly dark and unnecessarily so.
Let's see. All of the characters in Ed, and Eddie are dead, and the show takes place in Purgatory. This one. Y'all make me sick whenever I hear Sora is the master of masters.
I mean, there is a running theory that is actually the truth.
I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, I could probably buy it if that was the case. Like, maybe it's a future Sora?
No, so, the thing is, one of the running theories, the reason why they think it's that is, well, for one, time travel is a big thing of the Master of Masters, right?
Yeah.
Well, who's been known besides, what's his face, to be able to do, time travel?
Xehanort.
Yeah, besides Xehanort, I mean.
Oh, besides Xehanort. Riku?
No, Sora. Sora's gone back in time.
Oh, that's right. Yes, that's right. Yeah.
When they actually got defeated on their first pass fighting Xehanort, and he's like, you know what? No, I'm gonna go back in time and prevent that from even happening.
Granted, didn't he need help from the guy from the mobile game to do that?
No.
I could have sworn that was the case.
No.
Oh, maybe I was thinking of it.
No. He used the power of waking to do that.
Oh, here's another one. Metal Sonic is Sonic roboticized.
I mean, from a certain point of view, yes, but no.
Yeah.
Because Metal Sonic is literally using the data of Sonic and all his memories, so it might as well be Sonic, and he believed he himself was Sonic for a minute.
You want to know what I think? that theory of Metal Sonic being a Sonic that was roboticized, what if that's Metal Sonic's backstory in the movie, in Sonic 4?
What, an AU Sonic that was roboticized?
Yeah, like, because Amy seems to be coming from a future timeline too, potentially, right?
No, they didn't say anything like that.
It definitely implies that they're doing like a Terminator kind of situation. From what I can tell.
How did you do that?
I don't know.
Magic.
She's like landed on this ledge and she just went whoop up the block.
Magic. But like, wouldn't that be kind of interesting that Metal Sonic in that universe is a Sonic from a future timeline that lost to, I don't want to say Robotnik, but what if he lost to another villain and basically became and was metalized like that, and then Amy goes back in time to save the Sonic before it's happened in an earlier time.
I don't know. It's it screams a lot of Quint vibes to me.
Quint.
You know, dude, Mega Man Classic Quint.
Huh. The name sounds.
The green character with a V on his head.
Oh. Okay.
That's a future Mega Man brought to the past.
Oh, I think I know. Was he in the GBA games?
He was in the Game Boy games, yeah.
Okay. I mean, obviously, they could make it work. They would just need to think about it. Because again, time travel is a hard topic to work around. You would need to think it through everything. Like, let's be real. Back to the Future is actually an exception to the rule. Whereas every other thing is like real is like there's always at least something that doesn't add up.
What are you trying to do right now? Just trying to get up there?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sworn you could jump those three
No.
blocks.
No.
Sonic is Eggman's pet. I'm sorry, this isn't Crash Bandicoot. That's literally Crash Bandicoot's backstory.
Actually,
What? Oh.
Eggman made Sonic and Sonic made Eggman, at least in the original comic series thing. Because Sonic was originally just a brown hedgehog
Okay.
that participated in Dr. Kintobor's experimentation.
No.
And in the process of making Sonic, when he was testing out his powers, he accidentally, I forget what the details were, but he basically accidentally broke something, it released energy, and turned Dr. Kintobor into Dr. Robotnik.
Oh.
So this is gas.
Yes. It allows you to fly high.
Nope.
Does it hurt you?
Nope.
No, because she doesn't breathe. Like, Raziel doesn't need to breathe at all.
I'm just gonna quote a certain character.
Let it burn. Burn to the
Hot,
ground.
hot air rises.
Explode!
I live!
How is he able to stand here without getting damage? I'll never know.
Oh. Huh. I thought that was a theory that was like that had a lot of like not a lot of merit, but like okay, there's this one. King of the Hill. Bill is Bobby's real father.
What, the guy with the chopped down legs?
No. Bill is the in the friend group of Hank's friends. You've got Dale, who's like the conspiracy theorist pocket sand guy.
Yeah.
Boomhauer, the guy who's big and and then there's Bill, who's the chubby guy down on his luck.
I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't know why people would make that.
It's a genetics thing. Bobby shares more genetic similarities to Bill than he does to Hank.
Because he's a child. That's a lot. I don't know. That's a lot of inference from just drawings.
Wait.
That's another thing that I don't like is basically people saying, "Oh, this character is actually this person's child," when the only reason why is because they share genetics. And like, I'm sure the writers and artists didn't think about that at all when they made
I'm
them.
sorry, what? Shadow is Silver's dad? What?
There's no.
That would explain the angst, though.
I was about to say there's no explanation supporting or against this. So.
Oh, but that feels like, huh? You know what? Now that you mention it, that would be an interesting case. So then, who would be the mother? Rouge?
Shrug. All I know is like there's nothing to dispute that at all. All we know is Silver is in the far flung future. It's not like the immediate future.
Oh, okay. I actually kind of agree with this one. That one's not so much a clown theory. Tarzan is Elsa and Anna's brother.
He is.
He is.
That's not a theory. It was confirmed by the director.
Oh yeah, it says yeah.
Somebody asked him. He's like, "Yep, I'd like to think so."
Mm.
He designed that story to be that. Yes.
This is just a general one. The villain is actually the hero, even when the villain annihilates children and old ladies for the sake of it. No, I'm the good guy, guys. Trust me.
This part does not usually go this well for me.
Hey, and don't complain. Don't complain. Just move on. Just don't complain and move on.
Not to mention, you're also red flagging yourself by saying that.
Exactly. Like, don't I'm like, we're both being Kazuma right now. Don't raise red flags. It's literally like saying, what could possibly go wrong?
No, even worse. Wow, this went well.
Yeah. There's no way that this could turn sour for us.
I can't remember what.
Shut up, Aqua.
Yeah, I can't remember what fandom did that, but they're like the straight laced like logic character is like, well, this went surprisingly well, and then like you see, like, oh, that's right, it was Spider-Man, because you see two of the guys in the background. No, don't. I believe it was the one where the spot was had overloaded the super collider.
I mean, they're not gonna notice me.
And
it was Spider-Man India that said it.
Yeah.
It's just like, I mean, he's a new Spider-Man, so he's not privy to the truth.
And then you can see the two in the background.
I think it was Gwen. It was Gwen and Spider-Punk.
It was Spider-Punk wasn't there yet.
Was it? Oh, was it Miles?
Yeah, it was Miles.
Wait,
no. Oh, you're right. Yeah, no, it was Spider-Punk.
Yeah.
Spider-Punk was already there.
You know what? I don't shrug at this theory because I kind of like I see the appeal of it. Link is dead in Majora's Mask, and he's going, and each area is
unconfirmed. And actually, they went out of their way to confirm that isn't the case. So somebody raised that theory up to the director of the game. They're like, oh yeah, so he's dead and he's going through the 5 stages of grief about it. And he's like, wow, that's a really interesting theory. It's not right, but I like it.
Yeah, I'm just like, it may not be the case, but like, I kind of see where they're coming from.
Yeah. So like, the original director confirmed that isn't the case.
Yeah.
But you didn't have to look into it that far, even without his information, to know that that's incorrect, because the hero shade is that Link.
Yeah, and he had grown up by that point.
Yes.
Yeah, but I like that theory. I don't shake my head at. I actually do see the appeal of it. I understand where they're going. Cutscene? That way. Okay.
My brother Dumas, a powerful warrior in life. He a shame to have me find him here like a stuck pig.
No.
He's dead, but his spirit lives on. Yep.
Come to save my soul, prodigal brother.
What was it?
Not to
What was
save
the
it, but to take it. Your only salvation is release.
Are you trying to leave?
Because I can't fight him like this.
Oh.
I can't. No.
What?
I can't. No, not in the spirit.
Not in the conventional sense. Okay.
Not in the spirit world. I have to face him in the physical.
But he's dead, or is he going to
Remember
inhabit his body?
what happens when you pull out stakes from vampires?
Oh. Okay. So it's the oh crap. What's the 3D Castlevania games? Lords of Shadow, where he had the sword removed and he slowly woke up.
Yep.
Okay.
That's so stupid.
No, it's like they're put in a state of slumber. They're not actually dead.
Eye glow? Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
I
It
would
just
have
took him a second.
I would have liked it if the eye glow happened first, then he started moving. Because it's like the light returning to his eyes.
Unbound at last. I thank you.
So yeah, there is an
Brother.
achievement.
Your
For
thanks
talking
are
to him on
premature,
Inspector Rock.
Jumar. I have not forgotten whose hands bore me into the abyss.
The centuries in limbo have honed my strength. Not even Kain is my equal.
Even the strongest vampire is vulnerable.
We shall test your thesis, Raziel.
My bloodthirst has been superseded by an even darker hunger. I will consume your soul before this day is done.
He looks so much better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he really does.
So I have to be careful when he starts with that stance. He's gonna pound. He pounds the ground and stuns me like that.
And then he rushes forwards. once
He
does.
rushes. If he gets close enough to me while he's doing that, he will use his evolved ability, which is constriction. And I went the wrong way.
Oops.
He's
No.
waiting for you.
Yeah, that's why. That's. Hey, Duma.
Sketch.
Oh. Hi. Ah,
Oh.
crap.
Go through the gate.
No, I can't.
Why?
I'm
Oh
in the
right, you're
physical.
physical. Right. My bad.
Unfortunately, Raziel is not the T-1000.
I got it.
So remember that explosion?
Gotta include him.
Gotta do that too.
Gotta-
Oh, do you have to stake him in the middle? or-
Nope, I can't stake him.
Yeah,
He's invulnerable.
yeah.
But not to fire.
Not to fire. Come down here, Duma.
Fire indeed, hot.
Here, Duma.
I don't think he's your dog. He's not your dog. So dog.
Aw, ducks. So, bye, Duma. You see why I said David versus Goliath, right? It's because how tall he fucking is.
Just like he just stood there and accepted it.
Yeah.
He's like that giant toad about to get exploded by Mega Man. It's like, well, this is my fate, I guess. When did Waluigi get here?
Just now, apparently.
I just said McDonald's.
Ow. You get toad.
Consuming Duma's soul
Later.
allows you to wind a constricting band of spectral energy around your enemies.
We did
This
because I
energy
had to
manifests
pick up
itself
my
in
car
both
from the
the
shop.
spectral and
Oof.
material realms. And in
Nothing
the physical
major. It was just a. It was
world,
just a.
can be employed to manipulate otherwise immovable objects.
I didn't understand that explanation. Something, tendrils constricting,
Yeah.
allowing you to move on immovable objects.
I'll show you when we get back to that one where that statue was.
Is it anything like the King's Grip from solo leveling?
I don't know because I've never seen solo leveling.
It basically allows you to actually there's a better explanation. It's the unseen hand
I don't know what that
in
is.
D&D. Mage hand.
No.
No. Okay.
And the king's hand, he literally just grabs anything he perceives.
He can
and-
force choke the shit out of you from a distance. It's great. Hell, he doesn't even stop at
Oh.
your neck.
So is it like okay?
I'll show you when I get to
When
I get to the place.
When I think about it, I think of it like do you know anything about ReZero, Josh?
No.
I don't either.
I think of it as Betelgeuse's
Yes.
unseen hand ability.
Oh, you're able to grab
Okay.
statues and like move them.
Oh.
Wait. What he said, immovable objects.
Yeah, and the
That
statue's
door's
immovable.
not gonna open if it wasn't
Statue
able to.
is immovable.
That door wouldn't have opened if that statue wasn't intended to move. Is what I'm getting at.
Stop questioning video game logic.
Okay, sure.
When did you pick the snake back up again?
As soon as I absorb the soul from the other one.
I take issue with this. That is.
Fire! We're gonna need that.
And you know what? I don't know. To answer your question, you need to watch the anime, okay?
I'm kind of jealous.
What did that say?
Metroid.
The license plate is literally labeled Metroid.
Oh, here's another one of those fan theories that make you stare at people and you have like a questioning look. Crow is Ruby's dad.
No.
She's related, but not dad.
I had a surprise when I stopped to get food after I had gotten food at McDee's. Speaking of, psych. Please don't fall out.
It just as soon as you pull them out, one of them falls. It's hot.
Nice.
Okay, now they didn't get squished this time.
Yeah, cause you sat on a couch.
Yeah. No,
You
I
failed twice, dude. Come on.
I got it. I don't know
Your
what
face.
Yeah, it still counts.
You caught my fist with your face.
I did.
I'm gonna punch your face in the face.
Isn't that like a DBZ first joke?
No, that's a red versus blue.
Here, let me make a stupid joke. In a show that's all about making stupid jokes.
I'm gonna make all these. We were talking about fan theories that make people like look at you in disbelief. I want to see what your opinions are on them, Josh. Recess. All of the kids are ghosts stuck in a never-ending recess.
I mean, I could actually see it.
Okay.
No.
It's just the problem is like that this person says, but if that's true, how are they able to go home after school? Why can people in town see them?
Fair enough.
You know,
Yeah, but if they're ghosts reliving recess, then technically everything is just gonna be a dream.
that Angelica made up the Rugrats in her head.
Okay. Yeah, no. That one is just debunked by the fact that just a lot of different things,
Yeah,
and there are better
That
theories.
opens up like a whole can of worms. Like, why do you have to be so dark about the Rugrats?
Well, I mean, the most popular fan theory is the fact that, not Chucky, but Tommy was actually stillborn.
No, they all were, except for Angelica.
Well, then,
That's the comment. That's the theory.
there's a few, but
And that Angelica is just
crazy.
seeing their ghosts.
Yeah, but that's debunked by the high school show, and then the later show, which shows them even older than that.
Yep.
Which I did. I saw the high school show. I was surprised, but then seeing the show about them as adults,
I didn't see that one actually.
or not adult. Well, they're older than teens at the because I did a third series, and it was a little weird. I saw one clip and I'm like, oh my gosh, Tommy almost looks like his dad. It's weird. Were you not able to make the jump?
No. Because the bridge was in the way.
That made bridge.
Okay, so they didn't all die the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says here, let's see.
Oh yeah, he got knocked out.
Bupadafe.
Oh,
No,
that's a
Bubba
little
Zaga.
bit depressing.
Bupadafe. Medication.
No, Bubba Zaga. Kizu.
That's bull fucking shit right there. I finally found it after 15 years. The Scroll of Truth. Kirby games are less popular than Splatoon and Animal Crossing.
I mean,
I seriously doubt that, considering Splatoon is petering out now.
kind of, but Animal Crossing isn't.
No, that one I will agree.
Yeah.
But it's half wrong, is what I'm getting at.
So here's what it says here. This is from Reddit, so take it with a grain of salt. The Rugrats really were a figment of Angelica's imagination. Chucky died a long time ago, along with his mother. That's why Chaz is a nervous wreck all the time. I mean,
Oh, Chucky, I was thinking of Tommy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Tommy was a stillborn. That's why Stu is constantly in the basement making toys for the son he never had a chance.
Yeah,
to
no,
live.
like I've seen the full theory. I know what it's. It's
And then Phil and Lil were an abortion, or a miscarriage, and Angelica is imagining like what their genders would be if they were.
In the furthermost canyon of Nosgoth's frozen wastes, the hushed silences embrace an ancient enigma. In the bowels of this labyrinth, your master awaits.
Are you at the final boss already?
No,
I was gonna be like, what the
it's
hell?
not that far.
Actually, yes.
Wait, what?
I'm almost there.
I mean, you're far, but not at the final boss.
I'm almost
Been
there.
Raziel.
She is almost done the game. Okay. How much practice have you had since the first time around?
Consider the fact that this is a 90s movie game, and I've
Could
had
be.
it since I was basically.
Okay, this
You
one,
scare me a little bit.
I kind of agree with, but I can see why people would roll their eyes at the Pixar theory.
Okay, they've already proven that because even the creative director was like, "Nah, that is boo. Have fun."
Yeah,
It's
like
just
that-
like what?
but like that, all the Pixar movies are connected in the same timeline, and they're all like in a progressive timeline. Okay, so I had to look it up just so that I
Well,
understood.
okay, yeah, but how do you explain like the? Because the timeline would have changed.
I actually have the original theory right here. I can go over it from beginning to end. As of this writing, so this is as of 2013. So this is a few years old, like quite a few years old at this point. Brave is the first and last movie in the timeline.
Yeah.
Obviously, this movie about a Scottish kingdom during the Dark Ages is the earliest time period covered by the Pixar films, but it's also the only Pixar movie that actually explains why animals in the Pixar universe behave like humans sometimes. In Brave, Merida discovers that there is magic that can solve her problems by inadvertently turns her mother into a bear. We find out that this magic comes from an odd witch seemingly connected to the mysterious Will of the Wisps. Not only did we see animals behaving like humans, but we also see brooms, inanimate objects, behaving like people in the witch's shop. We also learn that this witch inexplicably disappears every time she passes through doors.
Yeah, it's the running theory is that she's actually Boo.
Yeah, leading us to believe.
No, they did not confirm that.
Leading us to believe that she may not even exist. Okay. We'll come back to it. Let's just say that for now, the witch is someone we know from a different movie in the timeline. Centuries later, the animals from Brave that have been experimented on by the witch have interbred, creating a large-scale population of animals slowly gaining personification and intelligence of their own. There are two progressions: the progression of the animals and the progression of artificial intelligence. The events of the following movies set up a power struggle between humans, animals, and machines. The stage for all-out war in regards to animals is set by Ratatouille, Finding Nemo, and Up in that order. Notice I left out A Bug's Life, but I'll explain why later. In Ratatouille, we see animals experimenting with their growing personification in small, controlled experiments. Remy wants to cook, which is something only humans explicitly do. He crafts a relationship with a small group of humans and finds success. Meanwhile, the villain of Ratatouille, Chef Skinner, disappears. What happened to him? What did he do with his newfound knowledge that animals were capable of transcending their instincts and performing duties better than humans? It's possible that Charles Muntz, the antagonist of Up, learned from this startling rumor, giving him the idea to begin inventing devices that would harness the thoughts of animals, namely his dogs, through translator collars. These collars indicated to Muntz that animals are smarter and more like humans than we think. He needed this technology to find the exotic bird he's obsessed over, and he even comments on how many dogs he's lost since he arrived in South America. But then Doug and the rest of his experiments are set free after Muntz's demise. And we don't know the full implications of that. But what we do know is that animosity between the animals and humans is growing steadily. Now that humans have discovered the potential of animals, they are beginning to cross the line. To develop this new technology, humans begin an industrial revolution hinted at in Up. And then in the beginning of Up, Charles is forced to give up his house to a corporation because they are expanding the city. Wait a second. What corporation is guilty of polluting the earth and wiping out life in the distant future because of technology?
Here's the thing. This is literally the Pixar theory.
Yeah, that's what
That
I'm
is
saying.
what it is.
I read it. This is the
I know.
original.
I
Did you miss that?
kind of did, yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of missed you saying that,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
know it was the Pixar
Yeah,
theory.
it is the Pixar theory. That's what I'm going with. Like, this is the history. By and large, a corporation that runs just about everything by the time we get to Wall-E.
Yeah.
In the history of B&L, commercial for the movie, we are told that by and large has even taken over the world governments. Did you catch that this one corporation achieved global dominance? Interestingly, this is the same organization alluded to in Toy Story 3, which it had batteries. That's what Buzz's batteries were. They were by and large batteries. In Finding Nemo, we have an entire population of sea creatures uniting to save the fish that was captured by humans. By and large shows up again in the universe via another news article that talks about a beautiful underwater world. Rapture? Lines are being crossed. Humans are beginning to antagonize the increasingly networked and intelligent animals. Think about Dory from Finding Nemo for a second. She stands apart from most of the other fish. Why? She isn't as intelligent. Her short-term memory loss is likely a result of her not being as advanced as the other sea creatures, which is a reasonable explanation for how rapidly these creatures are evolving. It's likely that the sequel to Finding Nemo, which is all about Dory, we'll touch on this further. This is before Finding Dory happened. And that is the furthest movie in the animal side of things. When it comes to AI, we start with The Incredibles. Who is the main villain of this movie? You probably thought of Syndrome, who basically commits genocide on superpower humans. Or does he? But he didn't have any powers. He used technology to enact revenge on Mr. Incredible for not taking him seriously. Seems a little odd that the man went so far as to commit genocide. And how does he kill all of the supers? He creates the Omnidroid, an AI killbot that learns the moves of every superhuman and adapts. When Mr. Incredible is first told about this machine, Mirage mentions that it is an advanced artificial intelligence that has gone rogue. Mr. Incredible points out that it got smart enough to wonder why it had to take orders. The Omnidroid eventually turns on Syndrome and starts attacking humans in the city. Why would an AI want to just attack randomly? Do machines have an inherent hatred of humans? The movie didn't even shows clips of the superheroes with capes being done in by inanimate objects, such as plane turbines, accidentally. But why would machines want to get rid of humans in the first place? We know that animals don't like humans because they are polluting the earth and experimenting on them. But why would the machines have an issue? Enter Toy Story. Here we see humans using and discarding objects that are clearly sentient. Yes, the toys love it, Uncle Tom style. But over the course of Toy Story sequels, we see toys becoming fed up. But wait, toys and inanimate objects aren't necessarily machines. So how do they have some kind of intelligence? Syndrome points to the answer. He tells Mr. Incredible that his lasers are powered by zero-point energy. This is the electromagnetic energy that exists in a vacuum. It's the unseen energy we find in wavelengths, and a reasonable explanation for how toys and objects in the Pixar world draw power. By the events of the Toy Story movies, we are in the 90s until 2010. It's been 40 to 50 years or so since the events of The Incredibles, given AI plenty of time to develop by and large. Meanwhile, Pixar is hinting at dissatisfaction among pockets of toy civilizations. The toys rise up against Sid in the first movie. Jessie resents her owner, Emily, for abandoning her. Lotso Hugging Bear straight up hates humans by the third movie. Toys are obviously not satisfied with the status quo, providing a reason for why machines and objects alike are ready to take over. So, by the 2000s, the superhumans are all but gone, and mankind is vulnerable. Animals who want to rise up Planet of the Apes style have the ability to take over, but we don't see this happen. Also, AI never takes over humans by force. Why do you think that is? It's reasonable to assume that machines did take over, just not as we expected. The machines used, by and large, a faceless corporation to dominate the world.
So what does this look like to you?
A giant, like a screw.
Yep.
A screw gear.
Yeah.
Yep.
I would have liked it a little better if you had to keep running and it went up gradually as you did that.
Sonic actually had that ability later on in the franchise.
Face the back they used by and large a faceless corporation to dominate the world starting in the 1960s.
It's funny you should talk about robots and stuff.
Yeah.
Wild Robot was Pixar, wasn't it?
No, that was DreamWorks.
Okay. Different company.
Yeah, same kind of idea.
Yeah.
Anyway, in each of the Toy Story movies, it's made painfully clear that sentient objects rely on humans for everything, for fulfillment and even energy. It's hinted at that the toys lose all life when put away in storage, unless they are in a museum that'll get them seen by humans.
Yeah.
So machines decide to control humans by using a corporation that suits their every need, leading to an industrial revolution that eventually leads to pollution. When the animals rise up against the humans to stop them from polluting the earth, who will save them? The machines. We know that the machines will win the war too, because after this war, there are almost no animals left on Earth. Who's left? Because the machines tip everything out of balance, Earth becomes an unfit planet for humans and animals. So the remaining humans are put on Axiom, the ship in Wall-E, as a last-ditch effort
Texture difference.
Yeah.
to save the human race. On Axiom, the humans have no purpose aside from having their needs met by the machines. The machines have made humans dependent on them for everything because this is how they were treated as toys. It's all they know.
And that is every health power up.
Nice. Meanwhile, on Earth, machines are left behind to populate the world and run things, explaining human landmarks and traditions still being prominent in cars. There are no animals or humans in this version of Earth because they're all gone. And we do know that the planet still has many human influences left. In Cars 2, the cars go to Europe and Japan, making it plain that this is all taking place on Earth as we know it. So what happened to the cars? We've learned by now that humans are a source of energy for the machines. That's why they never get rid of them. In Wall-E, they pointed out that by and large intended to bring the humans back once the planet was clean again, but they failed. The humans on Earth eventually died out, though we don't know how.
Probably because they couldn't manage the change in gravity because they were used to zero gravity for so long.
Maybe, yeah. What we do know is that there is an energy crisis in Cars 2, with oil being the only way society trudges on despite its dangers. We even learned that the All in All Corporation was using green energy as a catalyst for a fuel war in order to turn cars away from alternative energy sources. That clean fuel could have been used to wipe out many of the cars very quickly. Which brings us back to Wall-E. Have you ever wondered why Wall-E was the only machine left? We know that the movie begins 800 years after humans have left Earth on Axiom, governed by the autopilot. Could it be that Wall-E's fascination with human culture and friendship with a cockroach is what allowed him to keep finding fulfillment and the ability to maintain his personality? That's why he was special and liberated the humans. He remembered the times when humans and machines lived in peace, away from all the pollution caused by both sides. After Wall-E liberates the humans and they rebuild society back on Earth, what happens then? During the end credits of Wall-E, we see the shoe that contains the last of plant life.
Can you phase underwater?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It's just I can't use any other glyph while swimming unless I'm holding a heavy object, so that I actually have all the orbital freedom ground.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Oh,
Okay, during the end credits of Wall-E, we see the shoe that contains the last of plant life. It grows into a mighty tree, a tree that strikingly resembles the central tree in a bug's life.
okay.
That's right, the reason no humans show up in a bug's life is because there aren't a lot left. We know because of the cockroach that some of the insects survived, meaning that it would have rebounded a bit. They would have rebounded a bit faster, though the movie had to be far enough in the timeline for birds to have returned as well. Though we're noticeably less intelligent than bugs. There's something strikingly different about a bug's life when compared to other Pixar portrayals of animals, which leads me to believe it takes place in the future. Unlike Ratatouille, Up, and Finding Nemo, the bugs have many human activities similar to what the rats in Ratatouille were merely experimenting with. The bugs have cities, bars, advertisements, their own machines. Know what a Bloody Mary is.
You gotta go?
Yeah, I gotta go.
Well,
Okay,
it's
bye.
after 7 o'clock.
Alright.
Bye. That'll be a second.
Go to Bloody Mary's and even have a traveling circus.
Circus
This
Nick.
all assumes that the movie is in a different time period. The other factor that sets it looks like apart from other Pixar movies is the fact that it is the only one besides Cars and Cars 2 that doesn't revolve or even include humans.
How much more do you have to do? Out of curiosity. I'm not asking you to quit. I'm just asking you how much more.
She's still got a ways to go, like an entire dungeon, more or less.
How far do you have?
Oracle's Caves, Coral Pass, and then.
Long
Yeah,
story short, it's not going to end in like 15 minutes.
No.
Okay.
I can finish it next week.
Cool.
And then I shall take over with Metroid Prime 2.
No, he's gonna be playing while you.
It's
watching
my
it.
choice, my guy.
I thought you
Yeah,
were
but
gonna
didn't
make
you
him
say
play.
you wanted me to play?
Oh yeah, no. My choice is the thing that takes over though.
Oh,
Either way.
Yeah.
She would like to outro.
Yeah.
This way.
Go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is everything for tonight. At least on my end. So we're gonna just take a 5-minute break, I guess, in order to change over to Josh's.
Final Fantasy VII Remake. I apologize, folks. I didn't expect her to start so late, and I wasn't trying to rush her on this. We're just trying to kind of.
I mean, to be fair, Drowned Abbey is a freaking hassle to try and navigate my way out of.
You're gonna need the time.
Oh.
Okay, that's it for the ass.
We'll be back with Final Fantasy VII.